The Moat Mansion is a place where tragedy took place in the 70s. A house marked by horror and pain that left the spirits of two girls wandering the hallways and bedrooms of this bed and breakfast until this day. During his many visits to the property, the paranormal investigator Chris Moon has obtained plenty of information from the spirits of Kara Lee and Marianne, the two girls that passed away years ago. The psychic capabilities of the Moon family are inherited, although Chris tried ignoring them at first. But now he tells me he is very much in touch with what he calls the spirit world.
And I tell people this as I say, you shouldn't be afraid of the information that we're getting right now and the voices of loved ones and things like that, because it's the greatest proof that there's a world beyond this one. So I just tell people who are concerned that this is evil or bad, there's nothing evil or bad that we do.
Chris tells me about his first contacts with the paranormal activity in the mansion.
We started setting up our equipment to try to communicate with the spirits, and as we were setting up the equipment, in my ear, I very clearly heard a woman's voice, and she screamed in my ear, "Get out, get out, get out." It panicked me, and I don't usually panic, but it was scary. And I told my father, we need to leave.
Since that day, Mr. Moon felt a deep connection with these girls, who he says were desperately trying to communicate with him. 47 years have passed since two young ladies were murdered in the Moat Mansion. The Denver police reopened this case in 2012, which until this day remains a mystery. Chris Moon's regular visits to the house became public very soon. The word spread out about the information that he says he was exclusively obtaining from his encounters with the girls. Soon local media also started paying attention to these sessions. In one occasion, even a police officer decided to witness, anonymously, one of the seances. Being a skeptic, Chris tells me he left the house with a different view of things.
And when we did the investigation inside this room, the girls came through the device and they gave him a fact that only he knew that was in the case.
So many were the specifics in the details given supposedly by Marianne and Kara Lee's ghosts that the policemen kept in touch with the Moons. Soon after, it was announced that the case reopened as a cold case. And still today, there's one big incognita that doesn't let Mr. Moon sleep.
We need to know specifically if they can tell us where the weapon is. That's what we need to know.